the moment to our disposal globally are being tested to the extreme and possibly will not be sufficient. I think as well we're going to see new alliances forming. Ironically, they may be alliances, including from countries represented on this call, which do not include the US. And the US may actually find in due course it's cutting itself out of global cooperation, which I think in the long term would be potentially disastrous for the US. And what that means for the rest of the world, I think we'll have to wait and see. I do want to say too that in terms of this bad for the world, I think it's going to be very bad for those within the world who are the most vulnerable, who are least resilient, and those who are most poor. Because unfortunately, when we see major climatic events like this in terms of trade, it's often those, for example, day labourers, people on low-paid workers, people in very small-scale producers who are working really hard to create a living, in whatever country they may be, including in India and in other countries as well. And from history, we can see that they are the ones who are most affected and suffer the most harm from these kinds of global rearrangements. So I think there's going to be a big question about how countries around the world can support those who are most vulnerable, who are going to be hurt most from this realigning of the world order.
Shankar, is he good or bad for the world?
Well, somebody quoted Gramsci a few minutes back. And when I was in Cambridge, I learned Matthew Arnold. So we are caught in a world that one that is dead and the other that is yet to be born. And Matthew Arnold wrote about the monks and the Grand Chartreuse. But we are, in geopolitical sense and economic sense, caught between two worlds in many, many ways. I think that whatever Donald Trump is trying may not hold good for the US, may not be a great idea for the world. We don't know what's sort of coming after this.
But do you see a recession? Do you see a recession? The second part of the question, do you see a global recession? Is that a real threat?
The length of uncertainty will define the depth of the recession. The length of uncertainty about tariffs. You can't go around saying, okay, I'm going to negotiate tomorrow, okay, let the music play, now let it stop, now I'm going to do this, now I'm going to do that. This is not how the world runs. This is not how finance. The world trade is $24 trillion.